Yo, what's poppin'? Back again, back so soon. I know, new record, at least for right now. But if you follow me on social media, then you know I've already posted a video about this topic, but I wanted to basically kind of expand on it and like really dive into it. So let's start. Basically, I was watching a video, something about Virgil, something about t-shirt fatigue, and like it really got me thinking of like I think we all have t-shirt fatigue of like especially as a brand owner, being both the consumer and a brand owner, it's like I gotta stop dropping t-shirts from a brand perspective, because at a certain point the consumer stops buying t-shirts. I've got 1,000 t-shirts upstairs. I mean, not really, but I've got a lot of t-shirts upstairs. I collected vintage tees. Anytime I go to a concert or a tour, I collect tour merch, so I have a lot of band and artist merch, and then I have like 1,000 solid black t-shirts. I too have t-shirt fatigue. Basically it's just like, I've got all these t-shirts. I don't need another one. I don't. It's like I keep spending my money just for them to go upstairs and collect dust, which is not good. It's like of all the t-shirts that I have, I really only reach for like 5, 6, 7, 8 at the max. I'm not really reaching for t-shirts. Like when I go to Build a Fit, I already know which t-shirt I want. When I'm not feeling so hot, I already know which t-shirt I want to put on. Even when I go for runs, I have a dedicated select few of t-shirts that I put on when I go to running. Out of all the t-shirts that I have, I'm only reaching for a couple of them, and like the rest of them just collect dust. Like I bought them, I spent money on them for essentially nothing, And even when I'm out, it's like I find myself buying new t-shirts in the hopes of like, maybe this t-shirt will become my new favorite t-shirt. Maybe this t-shirt will be a t-shirt that I can reach for on a daily. And almost 9.5 times out of 10, it doesn't. It's just, I put it on, eventually I don't like something about it and I just put it away, and it only becomes a special occasion tee, or I just never touch it. Like t-shirt fatigue is a real thing. So that brings me to my next point of like, as a brand owner, it's kind of like a t-shirt is a great point of entry for a new customer though. You can drop a t-shirt at a great price point. Everybody knows what a t-shirt is, so there's not really any explaining that has to go on there. The quality of a t-shirt, depending on what your blank is, or if you're making a custom one, throw a graphic on there that's relatable. Like a t-shirt is a great point of entry for a clothing brand. Unlike if you were to drop something like a jacket, it's a higher price point, it's more complex. I mean, yeah, you could do a hat, you could do socks, but like a t-shirt is kind of like, I feel like it's a rite of passage. Like every brand should drop a shirt at some point, So it's like for a brand, how do you combat t-shirt fatigue when everybody has a t-shirt, 1,000 t-shirts, 1,000,000 t-shirts, and everybody has at least one favorite t-shirt? How do you compete with that? So the more I got to thinking about it, and the more how like, even I'm like, I go out to the mall, I try to buy another shirt. My wife's like, you don't need another shirt. You have 1,000 shirts. And then I'm like, you're right. And then I go home, I try to go out, I put on a fit. I know exactly which t-shirt I'm going to grab, and I'm going to grab that same t-shirt every time. So it's like, how can I, as a brand, design to where even I want to reach for my own t-shirts? It's like some of the shirts I design for great design. Like the design itself is great, in my opinion. I'm also a little biased. But they weren't designed to be relatable or this or that, which brings me to my point of like, I think even outside of t-shirt design, like us as designers, we just need to do better. In a world of AI doing all the flyers and t-shirt design, everything looks the same, So at least one thing that I wanted to start implementing was just designing to be relatable. I was watching Cadence founder Ross McKay. He put out a video because he's dropping the orange. Oh, they already dropped, but he was putting out the new orange flavored Cadence drink, and he was on a run. And he stopped at a convenience store and got an orange Fanta. And then what he said was like, drinking the orange Fanta reminded him of a place, or it took him somewhere mentally. It reminded him of something, nostalgia. And I think, and he said that all drinks should be able to do that. And I think the same could be said if you apply that in the design world of like, when you see a design, whether it's a shirt design, a flyer design, whatever, when you see a design, it should automatically take you somewhere. It should inspire a feeling or generate something within inside you. It shouldn't, design shouldn't be designed just for the sake of, oh, that's a fire design. Like, I think there should also be a subtle subconscious component of like it making you feel something, and I think that can be said to t-shirt design. If I can feel something in a t-shirt, I'm going to reach for it, which I think is why I reach for my vintage Metallica and my Phil Collins. I love the fit, I love the feel, I love the wash, I love the graphics on them. The Phil Collins, I wake up and blast. I'm drawing blanks. There's a song that he, I can feel it in the air tonight. Yeah, I blast that song on the daily. So when I picked up that shirt, it's like I listen to this song ritually. Like, I can relate to that. My Metallica, I grew up with the Nike SB Pushead 1 and Pushead 2. So like having a piece of the actual designer on me, and I love his artwork, gravitate towards that. Like there's certain things that I gravitate because they're relatable to me. And I think design work should be the exact same way. So that's one thing that I'm going to focus on in my design, is how to be more relatable and more, I guess, in tune with things in my past, present, things that I want to achieve in my future, to hopefully design something that is timeless and not just design for the sake of good design. But yeah, I hope that all makes sense. This video is getting lengthy. That's my TED Talk for the day. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I will catch y'all in the next one.